my background is a little bit interesting. I got started in a somewhat unusual way. My father was an entrepreneur in injection molding and plastics, and he taught me tool design when I was in high school, essentially. So I got out of high school, and at the age of about 20 years old, I started my first company. My first company was a California company called Tritech Engineering, and I used that company to job shop and put myself through college. But in college, I studied microbiology. I just had this passion for biology, and microbiology was fascinating to me. And fortunately, at the time, Cal State Long Beach, where I went to school, was starting a new microbiology program. So I spent time in that program. From there, got out of college, got into the commercial aspect of business, biotech business, if you will. Spent the next 30 years developing, building biotech companies, mostly in biological therapeutics, some in medical devices, some in vaccines. Well, I realized about 18 months ago, when I was thinking about starting Cellnova, that every time I was recruited or asked to lead a company, it was because the company was going through a very significant transition or challenge. And part of the realization that I made is biotechnology is very unique in the life cycle. The life cycle of a biotechnology company is very long and very complicated. And the company has to go through a number of these significant transitions. So a startup company that might be a couple of people in a lab somewhere developing early stage technology needs to become a development company. So now they need to worry about the FDA, they need to worry about human studies, they need to worry about raising capital, they need to worry about new staffing, things that they never had to worry about before. And the same thing applies when a development company needs to become a commercial company, right? So a development company now needs to worry about new FDA regulations that regulate their sales and commercial processes. They need to worry about new staffing, they need to worry about new capital requirements. And again, these are very complicated transitions and challenges. And I've been through them all. I've run small startup companies, I've run public companies. I've run companies with no revenues, companies with $250 million per year in revenues. And so what I decided I wanted to do was I wanted to start doing this on a more consistent basis. I wanted to help the companies in Maryland navigate these transitions because they need that help. What's unique about the company is the network that I've developed over the years, the people that support me and that back me up, and the approach that I take. I've developed something that I call the 6 Ps, which are basically the way I look at how to develop a strategy, how to develop a pitch deck, how to present the company, and it's the platform, if you will, that I use to analyze and to help a company move forward. Well, it starts with the purpose. Most people are familiar with vision, mission, and such, right? From the purpose, it goes to proof. What is the proof that there's an unmet need? What proof do you have that your technology will fulfill that unmet need? What's the position in the marketplace? So where are you today? Where do you need to be? What's the path forward? How are you going to get from here to here? How are you going to navigate that process? The 5th P is process, right? So how are we going to do it? How are we going to measure it? How are we going to know that we're hitting our milestones? How are we going to navigate that path forward? And the last P is people, because people are critical. So it's really anchored in the purpose and in the people. And then the other 4 Ps are the process from getting where we are today to where we need to be. How do the 6 Ps apply to Cellnova? I've thought about that a lot, and frankly, I apply the 6 Ps to almost everything that I do. I mean, we talked about the purpose, why I formed Cellnova, and what drives my passion about it. And the process, it is the 6 Ps to a great extent. It drives the marketing, it drives the promotion, it drives a lot to what I do. So yes, I do apply it consistently through not only my own company, but the companies that I'm working with.